Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this planet, and welcome to our special SETI recording. This is a recording video. We invited Daniela De Paolis to talk to us about a sign in space. Hi, Daniela, how are you?
Hi, Frank. I'm great. How are you? I see that you are in a beautiful place with the sunshine.
Yeah, I'm in San Francisco right now in my shed. All our viewers know the shed now, and I'm gonna clean it up pretty soon. That's one of my projects for the end of the summer. And where are you located?
I am in my studio in Rotterdam, in the Netherlands.
In the Netherlands, and there is sun too in the Netherlands, enjoying the
Yeah,
sun.
exactly. Today is sunny, and during the summer we have daylight until about 11 o'clock in the evening. So that's my favorite season.
It's not the best one for the astronomers like me, but it's okay.
That is true, actually. Yeah, you're right.
All right. So Daniela is an artist in residence at the SETI Institute and also the Green Bank Telescope. She's a dancer, radio astronomer, and the lead of A Sign in Space. So Daniela, before we start talking about the details of the Sign in Space, can you just briefly remind us what is this artistic and scientific experience?
A Sign in Space is a project where we simulated the reception of an extraterrestrial signal. And we did so in a big scale. So we collaborated with the European Space Agency. They agreed to use one of their spacecraft called the Trace Gas Orbiter, which is orbiting Mars. And they transmitted a message that I designed together with a team of specialists, and they transmitted this message towards Earth. And on 24th of May, so just over 2 months ago, this message was received by the Allen Telescope Array, the Green Bank Telescope, and the Medicina radio antenna. And we collected the data of the signal. We put them on the website. People now can download them. And there is a big community of people on Discord that are trying to decode the message. They are trying to give a meaning to this message. So it's been very busy. There are more than 10,000 comments on Discords, and it's just the group is just continuing this decoding process. It's really exciting to follow for me.
Yeah, it is. I'm following the Discord as well from time to time. So the signal arrived on the 24th of May. We make it available. I saw that millions of people downloading them on various platforms, which is kind of remarkable. And then a group of people managed to extract the information from the signal. So that was a key part. I think that they did that in a few days, right, or in a week.
Yeah, just in a week. So these were really top specialists in the field of radio engineering and software-defined radio. So I have no idea how they managed to do it so quickly. It's really remarkable. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
So we went from multiple 18 megabyte files to 8 kilobyte file.
Yes, very small file. We
Very
had
small.
a very small space in the hard disk of the spacecraft, and we had to make the most of it.
Okay. So in this 8 kilobyte file, there is a signal. An
Yes.
extraterrestrial species, you and your team, for the simulation, are telling us something. And we are trying to know what they are telling us. So tell us a bit the direction. There's been people, the work, some example. I know there was a lot of activity. You're not going to be able to talk about everything. So what kind of direction people have been taking to understand the signal?
All kinds of directions. There are people who are looking at it like 360 degree. I'm impressed by the amount of creativity and ideas and knowledge. But not only that, it's great to see that people are sharing knowledge. And I'm also learning a lot just by following the thread. I'm learning a lot about all kinds of, well, not only technical information, but also philosophy, SETI research, artists, etc. So it's so much knowledge in that thread. But there are, I would say, it's really impossible to count all the theories at this moment. I think the community is now self-organizing, and they're trying to upload all these theories on a wiki. And I saw they're looking at it from as a three-dimensional file, as a star map. They've been looking at Morse code, cellular automata. They are looking at the header or the footer. They are using different kinds of grids. They're looking at it as a biological form, or as a sound file. I mean, it's so incredibly diverse that. And I'm not sure if there is a dominant interpretation yet. It really is still extremely open and diverse. So yeah, it's a narrative in itself. So if you start reading, it becomes a bit of a narrative of how humans are trying to make sense of this message. And it's great to see that there are different voices. So people disagree with each other, or they work together on something. And so it's really like humans, also the personality of these people.
Yeah, I'm noticing that.
You notice that some people talk about their themselves, and but in general, over time, you understand the personality of each player, even if they are not talking about themselves. You understand how they approach the message, and it's interesting. They really, like, for me, I see them as actors, so I really see them as characters in this global performance.
Yeah, I like this hive mind idea. Like, I mean, we see some people are very good at developing theories, but they're not good at coding them. So I see the messages like, oh, I have this idea. What if this in this and that? And then a few minutes later, someone say, oh yeah, I wrote the code about that. And then you see the interpretation, the visualization. It's great. It's the best of humanity, I will say, that I see in this Discord. And that's one of the reasons I was myself personally extremely interested in this project, is because I knew that we will show that humanity is great at large. It's not.
I think, sorry, Frank, to interrupt you. I just want to say your idea of using Discord was excellent. So I think it's great we use this platform as opposed to other less interactive ones. So thank you for that.
It's but thank you for putting this project. I just brought some ideas. Like we also, I mean, there was, how many people were involved in the project? Around 10, 15 at the beginning, right? Putting together.
Yeah, because there are different groups. So there were the ESA scientists who at the end became 8 or 10. So the group kept growing and growing because more specialists joined. There was a team at Green Bank, Medicina. So overall, I would say, plus the people who are doing the workshops, maybe 70 people, even more actually, including the people who are organizing these educational activities. In our outreach group, I think we were 6 people, really, 8 people. So the core organizers of the outreach.
Yeah. So all this group organized this project, and then we basically deliver everything in Discord, and now it's kind of blossoming by itself, I would say. I see, as we mentioned, a lot of activity, ideas, questions, interaction. So what surprised you the most so far?
Everything. I remember when we were having our meetings, it was also abstract. We were preparing these tools, we were preparing the website, we were preparing the program, the structure of the live event and everything, but we had no idea of how this stage would work with the actors, with the humans. We had no idea, remember? So it just surprised me how it just found its own shape in a very organic form. So we gave people some tools, we gave them a room to meet, we gave them the links to download the material, and they pretty much organized themselves in this community, which is extremely supportive. And I think some people are probably making friendships as well. And I see some people really collaborate very happily with each other. And there is, of course, a core group of people who has been there since the beginning, and some of them are the people who extracted the message from the original raw signal. So, of course, I will get a special mention when the project will be finished. But overall, I would say this performance is something which is amazing me, and I guess everyone involved, because every day there is something new, and it is for me just like watching a film in the making. And so it has acquired its own form. I'm not anymore, it's somehow acquired its own life.
Yeah.
And yeah, we are somehow directing it, but from a distance. So we really allow people to have just take their own direction.
Yeah, we should mention also that it's kind of a worldwide project. I mean, they're interacting mostly in English on the Discord channel, but we see there is people from a large part of different area of the world, countries that we don't expect to see much more in astronomy. I've seen a group of people from Bangladesh, Pakistan working together on deciphering this message. So it's great. It's a worldwide project. And that's also something that kind of interested me right away at the beginning. And I think we succeeded in making it not only Western centric, but kind of more like global. And I remember you mentioned to me that to understand, we're not going to talk about the content of the message for those who are trying to get some information from us, we're not. But I do remember you say that the understanding of this message will require having different views and different perspective and understanding. And do you think, because we have people from different area of the world, but with different background and different also history and so on, it does help?
Yeah, I think so. So of course there is always a technical part. That would be the case if we received an extraterrestrial signal. There will be people who have specialist knowledge on radio technologies and maybe, I don't know, mathematics or other scientific fields, who probably would have to crack the signal to start with. And this is pretty much what is happening now. But at the same time, if there is a signal with a meaning, technical skills are not enough. You really need to work with the entire brain. You need to interpret, you need to imagine, you need to have also sensitivity, and have an openness of mind to imagine how other life forms on other planets might think, might leave. Or so this project is really opening up all these questions, and sooner or later you have to address them, even if you are a software developer and you're not typically working with these questions in your daily job. You still have to ask yourself these questions. So I think it involves all parts of the brain, if you like. And and as I said, people are learning from each other. Some people are stronger in philosophical thinking, and they can also benefit people who are more thinking in a linear way, and vice versa. And putting together this community was it just happened by itself, but also we really encouraged as much as possible to have all voices heard, so no one is left out. Anyone can express themselves in their own way. Could be a broken English. Some people even talk in write in different languages, and or they express ideas that are maybe not fully developed, but maybe just an intuition or an image, and that is all welcome for people who want to follow up on that, or maybe just get an intuition from that particular post. It's really working, as you said, like a hive mind. So it's not just a hackathon where you have a room with people who are just from one field. It's bigger than that. It's more diverse, and it really mimics a little bit like a village or a small city where people will have to make sense of something as a group, as a whole. And then you have people with different personalities, different ideas, and you can't say to anyone, you are out. We are the smart ones, stay away. Or that is not the idea of this project. Everyone is interesting, everyone is special in their ideas, in their propositions.
Yeah, everyone can contribute and bring something, and it's probably gonna be one small idea that's gonna develop into the solution of this mystery, which I don't know. We're not gonna talk about it, but I would love to be for a moment in your mind and see when you read those what you think. But that's not physically possible. What do you think about the reaction of the press?
That was very also unexpected, I would say, because again, one of the questions was, will this project appeal the broad public or just a niche of people, maybe typical people who are into science and astronomy, which are still a lot. I mean, many people, millions of people around the world, but still, we reached just during the first week through online press only. So excluding radio programs where we also were very present and others, we reached approximately 150 million around the world just during the first week through online articles. And I saw the map of the website, and the website is being visited by countries all over the world. So the last time I checked was 168 countries, which is really incredibly broad. So for 1 week, we had many people talking about SETI or thinking about SETI, which I find incredible. It means that this performance really succeeded, because that is what you have in an actual theatrical event. You have, for those 2 hours, some group of people imagining and thinking about the same scenario. So this was a fiction at a global scale, where for 1 week, people were somehow, a lot of people were thinking about this, a large part of the global population.
I have a story. Last week, I flew to DC, and as usual, when I fly somewhere, I have to give a presentation. I was not really fully ready, so I took my laptop out and I started working on it. And my neighbors look at my laptop and they saw SETI. And generally, when they see SETI, the word SETI, I have the question about aliens, and I have the question about, and I have the story of the family, and they saw someone in the sky, etc. So I was expecting something like this, but no, these persons look at it, SETI, and then started talking to me about a sign in space. And I
Seriously.
said, this is a moment when I said, I love the fact that we've worked on this project, because finally they're not talking to me about UAPs or UFO. We had a conversation about a sign in space. So
that is
that
so
was
cool.
pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, well done, Frank. Fantastic. That is
no, you did
amazing.
that. And the press, I mean, basically this person read this article in the New York Times and heard about it, and then started looking by itself, and someone interesting in the search for life. But it's great. It's great that we kind of break a little bit this SETI UFO, and there is something else now. There is more than that, more diversity in the SETI world. But thank you. And we're gonna end this because I wanted to have a short program, but what is the next step for this project?
So I've been talking with various people, and so the way this project works, and this is why I appreciate, I have a huge appreciation for everyone who is working for the project. You are, of course, a major part of it, Frank, but everyone brings so many ideas. And one of my collaborators suggested, Daniela, why don't you do a sort of mini conference? If this message keeps remaining a mystery, maybe we could organize an online conference with some of the people who want to register, who are active on Discord, and they can present their own theory, just like we would do with the scientific community, but having people decoding on Discord from all walks of life, giving a small talk about their particular theory, and just having these people sharing ideas with each other, and see how we can progress from that. And if that is not helping, probably we can do a hackathon, or have some more activities to help. Just I don't know. I mean, if that will help solving this mystery, but for sure, it's not so much.
You want to stimulate interaction between people by having this kind of conference, but if everybody present their ideas, and maybe new idea will come out of that. It's a great idea.
Yes.
It's a great, let's do this.
Yeah, that would be fun. And also, I think we should not only focus on the results. Sometimes when I speak with journalists, they're very focused on the results. So asking, okay, so when do you think we're gonna get the results? And of course, they're very curious, like everyone. But I think it's also the process is very important. It's very interesting. And that for me is equally important, actually, as much as the solution. And of course, if we reach a solution, which I'm sure we will, I think will be very interesting to, first of all, hear the perspective I had and other people I worked with have about the message that we created. Pretty much each of us has a different interpretation already. But would be great to hear how other people, what kind of meaning they find in this message. Because that, I think, is going to be really, really interesting. And at that point, really anyone, even without any technical skill whatsoever, can start writing poetry or making a painting, or writing a book, or just come up with a philosophical theory, or anything that can kind of be inspired by this solution. Let's call it a solution, but
the content of the message.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So we're gonna see you again. We probably, so the summer, there is a summer right now in the Northern Hemisphere. So people are kind of in vacation, slowing down and so on, which is great. September is going to be very interesting because people are going to come back and there will be more activity, maybe new ideas coming on Discord. I recommend for those who have no idea what we are talking about to have a look on your website, assign.space, right?
Assignin.space.
All right, yes. And or on SETI.org website. We also have multiple links. They can also join our Discord. We will put the link at the bottom of this video, so they can basically join the Discord. And I really strongly recommend to people who join the Discord to not be afraid right away, okay? You take the time, you introduce yourself, you read some ideas if you want, you join the channels which are the most appealing to you, and you learn, and you kind of serve for a while, and then, people are cool and relaxed. Nobody's gonna say anything mean to you. Take the time to understand what's going on and join the community. And everybody can contribute. Everybody will bring something, a tiny piece, a tiny cells into this amazing body called humanity.
The main action is happening in the interpretation chat. I think this is important to mention.
Yeah.
So it's if you go on the left side of the screen, you see the long menu, and one section of the menu is called interpretation chat, and that is where the whole narrative is unfolding. And personally, even if I don't follow everything, I learn a lot. That's also another way to participate. If you are a student, or maybe you feel a bit uncertain about joining immediately with actions, you can, exactly as you said, Frank, you can just become acquainted with what is going on. There is so much knowledge to just grasp.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you again. I see you soon.
Thanks, Frank.
And
See you soon.
thank you to all of our viewers. Don't forget, follow us on SETI.org. Join the website, signin.space to know more. And see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.